As one of the top cities in the nation for green space, you might expect that Arlington would have some pretty cool parks to check out. And guess what? You'd be right. So let's check out some of my personal favorites. Longbridge Park is in South Arlington and is located parallel to 395. You might think that its location along the highway would make this a really loud, really unappealing park, but the designers have done a really good job in setting it apart from all the traffic to help you feel like you're actually in a somewhat secluded area. They've also provided a good screen from the street next to the park by planting a line of trees as a barrier from all of the traffic. It's conveniently located near Crystal City and all of the amenities there, which is great, but that also means that parking can be somewhat limited, especially on nice days, which is not so great. Gravelly Point Park is also located in South Arlington. This park is fantastic for many reasons, to include the plane watching that you can do while you're there. Thanks to the nearby Reagan Airport, you have the opportunity to watch planes depart or land depending on the time of day. It can get pretty loud since the planes are so close, and if loud noises aren't your thing, you may want to check out some of the other parks we'll be talking about. In addition to plane watching, there are great views of DC, perfect for cherry blossom season, a boat ramp, and plenty of space for picnics and sports, as well as easy access to the Mount Vernon Trail. Parking is decent, but the dedicated parking lot can fill up quickly. Virginia Highlands Park is a pretty decently sized park in South Arlington. The park is perfect for sports given its baseball fields, soccer fields, basketball courts, and tennis courts. The Aurora Hills Library is nearby, so when you're done with your physical activity, you can work out your intellectual muscles as well. There's also a small water fountain and play space for kids. On top of all of this, there is also a small dog park, so your pup can join in on the fun. If you're looking for some great food or shopping after hanging out in the park, Pentagon City Mall and the surrounding shops are very close by. In terms of parking, there is a paid parking lot as well as street parking nearby. Next up is Gateway Park. This 3-acre park is located in Roslyn, right near the southern end of the Francis Scott Key Bridge. This is one of the primary parks in Roslyn and offers outdoor concerts, outdoor movie nights, and outdoor fitness classes among all of the trees, flowers, and greenery. The park also has free Wi-Fi, which is a great perk that's not typically found in other parks around the area. Since you're in Roslyn, parking will be fairly difficult, so it may be best to avoid driving there if you can. Before or after your green space getaway, there's easy access to all that Roslyn has to offer, as well as to Georgetown right across the river in DC. Fort Bennett is also in North Arlington and is a great way to feel like you've escaped from the city without traveling too far. You'll probably still see some sights and sounds from the city, but it'll probably also be pretty easy to forget about. This park covers 11 acres and includes a nature trail that takes you past several historic sites, learning stations, and even a historic covered spring house. The park includes several seating areas and lies parallel to the Potomac River, which means you have the opportunity for great views of the river and Washington, D.C. One of the biggest parks on this list, and another way to feel like you've escaped the city, is Potomac Overlook Regional Park. This park encompasses nearly 70 acres right here in North Arlington. There are educational opportunities throughout the miles of trails, and you'll have potential for plenty of nature and wildlife sightings. The trails also provide access to the Potomac River and a picnic shelter. If you'd like to get more involved or spend more time in the park, they offer volunteer opportunities and host various events at the park throughout the year. There is some parking available, but on busy days, it can fill up quickly. Quincy Park is also in North Arlington. This park is right near a library, so if you're looking for an escape to nature while you catch up on some reading, look no further. The park has a playground for kids as well as several sports areas to include basketball courts, volleyball courts, and tennis courts, and there are also several seating areas. The park is pretty close to a good number of shops and restaurants along Wilson Boulevard and Fairfax Drive, so you won't have to go far to get your shopping in before or after your park visit. Keep in mind, as with several of the parks we've already talked about, parking is somewhat limited, so it might be worth finding a way there that doesn't require you to park. If your dog is also looking for some cool parks where they can run around in, check out this next video where I talk about some of Arlington's dog parks.